Hello and welcome to Matt's Casual Cooking. In honor of the baseball season starting, we're going to be making pretzels. A very fun and easy treat you can make yourself and the family, great for take to the ball game and tailgate with. So we're going to go over all the ingredients and how to put together and how to bake it, and let's get to it.
Alright folks, so we're going to go over the ingredients that you're going to need today. So first you're going to need a packet of dry active yeast, and we're going to proof that. Now you would normally proof it with only 1 teaspoon of sugar, but you're actually going to need 3 teaspoons of sugar for that today. And we're also going to need 3.5 to 4 cups of flour. You're also going to need a cup of lukewarm water, and we're going to have 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Now you're also going to want to get out an egg, and you're going to want to beat it in with 1 tablespoon of milk for the glaze. Now for the seasoning on the pretzels, you can either use like cinnamon sugar or actual pretzel salt. You can go out and buy that. You can use a coarse salt like kosher salt, or you can use what's called pearl salt, or pearl sugar actually. So we're going to go over the first step, which is proofing, and then we're going to go from there. So I will see you in just a minute. Alright folks, so once your proofing is done, and if you haven't proofed before, you're going to be able to tell because the yeast is going to be very bubbly, and you're going to actually be able to smell it. It's going to be kind of like a sweeter smell. You'll definitely know it when it's done. So now that we're at this part, you want to go ahead and add in your water, your lukewarm water, and try not to spill it, on the stovetop. And then go ahead and add your flour. And if you need to add in a little more flour, you always can. Just don't add in too much. We are going to be putting some flour on a surface to roll the dough out as well. And then go ahead and also add your oil at this point. So the flour, also the salt, water, and oil. And then once that's done, we're just going to combine it, or stir it together until it is well combined. So once you have that done, we're going to go ahead and actually move on to the next step. Now if you need to get out a whisk for this as well, you certainly can. Alright folks, so our dough is done, and it's a little sticky right now, but you want to put it out onto a floured surface, and we're going to knead this together until it is a smooth feeling, or it's smooth and elastic. So go ahead and do that, and then I will see you after it's done. Alright folks, so our dough is done. It's nice and elastic, and you can see I've rolled it into a ball. So what we're going to do now is you're just going to cut the pieces, and you can cut it into about, well, as many as you want or as little as you want, because we're going to roll these into, probably I should cut that, not necessarily going to be big pieces. You can get about 15 to 24 pieces out of this, and we're going to cut it, and we're just going to roll it. After we finish cutting, you just want to take it and you just want to roll it into, and I get started this way, we're going to want to roll it into a rope long enough to actually make into a pretzel. All right, so we got one long enough. So go ahead and take it, and you want to get some of that flour out of your way. And then just take it and kind of twist it over like a shoelace. And just up and down. We're just going to have one knot right there. And then just kind of push these down into it. And there you go. There is your pretzel. So what we're going to do is you're going to want to get out 2 baking sheets and you're going to want to coat them just with like some spray butter or actual butter. And we're going to put these on them. So get out at least 2 cookie sheets, and once you're done, we will move on to the next step. All right, folks, so you can see the pretzels are done now. I've got another tray of these. So what you want to do is after you are done with them, you want to cover these with a cloth and let sit for 15 minutes. That's going to allow the dough to rest and kind of rise a little bit before we put it in the oven. So what you want to do now is just take your egg wash. I'm just going to brush a little on the top. We don't need to go heavy. All right, so the egg wash is on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our oven to 425 degrees, and we're going to only cook these for about 8 to 12 minutes. That's all we got to do. Now, once the other batch is done, we will actually get on to putting on the cinnamon sugar and the salt. So I will see you right after that. All right, folks, so you can see our pretzels are done. They've got a nice golden brown top to it, and they're still kind of, well, soft, and they're still really good. Now, the bottom is kind of hard. So our next step is we're going to add the toppings to it. So I've got 3 bowls here. Now, you don't have to do it this way. You can certainly, if you want to, put it on a rack, put the butter on, and then sprinkle some of the items on. But what we're going to do now is I just have some melted butter here. I have the salt, and I have the cinnamon sugar. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to take the pretzel, kind of move it around in there so it gets a nice coating of butter. We're just going to put this one in the salt. See, we've got a nice, kind of get that side if you need to, just kind of sprinkle it then on top. And then we're just going to set it down there. And we're just going to take another one. Now this is going to depend too. These pretzels are small enough to put them in bowls like this. Just going to put some cinnamon sugar. Kind of sprinkle some right on top there. And we're just going to let it sit. And we're going to let it get its nice flavoring on top. So if you enjoyed making this recipe today, please like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment below. And I want to thank you for watching, and have a good baseball season. It's going to be a really, really good one. So take care.